Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. In the last part we pretty much found ourselves at a weird castle where the school should be, and we got thrown in prison. So pretty much at this point we've been sentenced to death. Oh my god. Kamoshida? I love his design here is really weird. I don't really like this design. It's kind of the crowd's a nice touch. But yeah, it's a really disturbing, a bit of perverted kind of design. I do like the fact that it's kind of like regal. It does say a lot about what this place is, pretty much. And I do like... Oh god. It's got, Jesus Christ. It's got nothing on under there. That's creepy.
God damn it.
And I do like the design of the cloak he's got on there. The kind of the red with the the pink hearts on it. It does say a lot. Fuck.
Just go. Get out of here. These guys are serious.
Oh my god. Ryuji's down and out. He's getting his ass kicked.
He ain't a friend.
Fuck you, dude.
Come on, hurry up and go.
It's like, what? Asshole.
Scared to run away?
Yeah, I'm scared of, you know, guys in armor with swords and shields. Yeah, I can deal with that by myself, can't I?
Take this. Lowly scum.
I do like the animation here. It's actually pretty well done. It's pretty good. Are we going into... No, not quite. Spat on him.
From earlier, girl?
Uh-oh.
Like you isn't worth beating.
You just beat... Okay, whatever. You just beat him. Stop it. I said stop it with just a one little noise.
That look in your eyes irritates me.
Oh god. He was showing off his crotch again. Piece of shit.
No, I don't want to die.
Oh god.
This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost
Then why am I doing this Let's Play?
there may yet be a possibility open.
So here we go. As with all Persona games, it's now time. It's now time for the awakening, where we finally get where our persona gets awoken inside of us. It wasn't. But yeah, this awakening scene here is just... I love it. It's so badass. And it just looks... One thing I will say is that it's never looked so painful. So I remember in Persona 4 Golden it wasn't as visceral, I guess. Is a good way of putting it. It wasn't as visceral as it was in this game, where they play it up more of like a... They play it up as it being really like a really painful thing, which I guess it would be, metaphorically speaking.
What was that?
He's getting pissed.
You desire to be killed that much? Fine.
Oh shit. He broke my glasses. He's got to die now. And anime cutscenes, so we know shit's about to go down. And this scene is like one of my favourites in the whole game. In fact, all of the like Persona Awakening scenes are really fucking great. But this one's really good. This is a great way to start. The wind. Oh, and there it is, the mask. which is kind of a thing they brought back from Personas 1 and 2, where they were kind of portrayed as basically masks. And this musical track here is fucking awesome. I think it's just called Awakening. It's so good. And apparently we've gone Super Saiyan Blue. And we've awakened to our persona. Finally. Oh, that scene. It's so badass. And I love the but I do really love the character design here. I love Arsene's design is really badass, and I also love our character's kind of design. Yeah, something that is kind of cool to note is the fact that basically all of the personas that our characters like awaken to are basically based on famous what's the word I'm looking for? Famous like crooks and robbers and that kind of thing, from books and from, you know, literature and of course in real life as well. Yeah, Arsene is fucking such a badass design, and it's actually a pretty good persona to have in general. And our first battle, it's only taken, what, how long are we at? We're chapter part 3, so... To be fair, that's only just about an hour. Just over an hour and like... Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes to get to the first battle, which is a hell of a lot better than Persona 4. Persona 4 gone to like a couple of hours to get to our first battle, which was ridiculous. Not really hurting us all that much. But this is really just an introductory battle, getting us used to it. Yeah, Arsene's persona uses a lot of the Ahaya, I think it's called, which is kind of like a dark type attack. Pretty useful, especially early on. Arsene is actually pretty good as persona. Like if you don't bother to like fuse him, like to get rid of him and fuse him in with another persona into a more powerful, different persona, if you just keep him and level him up, he actually can be really useful throughout pretty much the entire game. So it's pretty useful to keep him around. But yeah, we got out of there, and now we've locked Kamoshida away. It's time to get the fuck out. Oh, transform back. Which, by the way, it's a bit of an odd one, because they kind of changed the rules halfway through. Not halfway through, but when you do this dungeon properly, it's then kind of confirmed that when you enter this world, like when you enter the palaces as they're called, you automatically change into that gear to keep your identity protected. But here apparently you can just, it's kind of like early on he can just transform out of it whenever he wants. Which is a bit weird, I guess. It's a bit of inconsistency. But at the end of the day, it's something which I don't really think about too much. It's like, because from this point, after this point, it's kind of like if you're in the Persona world and if you're in a dungeon and you have a persona, then you'll transform into that clothing. You'll keep that clothing on for the whole time you're in the dungeon. So, but yeah, this is an introduction to something new which Persona 5 introduces, which is the dungeons being more having more of a platforming vent to them, where you can like go into crawl spaces, you can jump over gaps and that kind of thing. It just makes the dungeon design more interesting and more intricate, which I kind of, it's one of the things which I love about Persona 5 more than any other Persona game, is that the dungeons just feel so much better. So yeah, we need to get the fuck out. If you want to, you can go back and you can fight them to get some extra experience points if you wish. But the best thing to do at this point is to just make your way out, because this is basically the tutorial intro stuff. So we're trying to find a way out, so we just got to find a way out. That's pretty much it. It's kind of interesting though that, yeah, this is kind of dark and disturbing, but anyway. Something which this will come into play in a minute, but I'm trying to get my point. Oh god. I think we've got a new character. Listen. We've got to introduce our second new character and our second kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Second party member.
Get me out of here. Look, the key's right there.
So yeah, this is Morgana. He's going to be pretty much our guide to the palaces and stuff like that. Kind of like Teddy was in Persona 4 Golden and Persona 4 in general. Yeah, Teddy was like a character that you met in your first when you're investigating the first dungeon, and was kind of like a character from inside that world. This is a similar deal here with Morgana, to be honest. Although I do love his design. Yes, he is a he, even though he might. Because I think, he sounds kind of like feminine, and has the name, Morgana. I tend to think of Morgana as more of a woman's name than a man's name, but hey, it's supposed to be a bloke, so I'll call him. But yeah, I really like his design. It's a cool little design. It's unique as well. I like it. It's kind of like, plus it kind of fits in with the whole like thieves theme, because he looks like a cat, and you got cat burglars and stuff. But his head design looks like he's wearing like a black mask over his eyes. There you go, Morgana. It looks like he's got a black mask on over his eyes, and then he's on the top half of his head. So I kind of like that design. It's kind of a cool little interesting design. But yeah, what was I going on about before we introduced to Morgan? Oh yeah, we're supposed to be at school. But we're not. Shit. We're gonna get in trouble, aren't we? We're gonna be in real trouble. She's so whiny in this part of the game. So yeah, it's just a little reminder that, yeah, you are supposed to be in school at this point. Yeah, Morgana pretty much, her role, his role early on is to pretty much teach you how to work out like strategies to get out of the dungeons. And he also gives you like battle instructions as well, and kind of basically tutorial shit, how to fight. The fact that there are going to be puzzles within the dungeon. Uh-oh, I'm powering up.
Stay still. Hey you can fight, right? Let's go.
Alright.
Come.
And yeah, here we go. Morgana has a persona as well. She's got Zorro, who has a design as well I actually like. It's really cool. But then again, to be fair, I like all the persona designs for the main characters. And we got some new guys to battle. This is I believe it's Jack-o'-lantern there, and that's I can't remember his name. Basically, the devil character, devil persona. Yeah, this guy, I think the one on the right is weak to wind attacks, which Morgana just so happens to have. It kind of shows that there are weaknesses. I think what's the devil persona's name? I can't remember his name. I think he's weak to like gun attacks, from what I remember. So yeah, it's pretty much telling you that there are each different shadow that you're going to be fighting has weaknesses. So yeah, I think we're just going to attack here. And there we go. Another battle done. Get some experience points out of that. And we're at level 3 already, and Arsene's at level 2. Yeah, you level up fairly quickly early on. Learns Cleave. Cleave is just a physical strike which costs the user some health, a small amount of health when he uses it. When you use it, pretty useful, but there are stronger attacks. It's pretty useful early on to get some decent damage off. So deep within the heart. Yeah, this is kind of the thing that they said that they kind of introduced in Persona 1 and 2. You know, the concept of people metaphorically wearing masks and, you know, to hide different parts of their hiding different parts of their personalities from the world, from parts of the world and that kind of thing. So they kind of bring that back in Persona 5, which is nice. I mean, you can definitely tell that this is like because this is made for the 20th anniversary of the Persona series. So it is kind of it kind of makes sense for them to do a load of stuff. Yeah, something else that's nice as well. Shut up. Something that's nice, you can press square while you're outside a battle in a dungeon, and you can auto recover your health. It just uses up enough items so that you fully recover your health, which is kind of nice. But yeah, the fact that this game like uses stuff from Persona 1, Persona 2, Persona 3 and Persona 4, like elements from all those games are in here, which kind of makes sense given that's, you know, the game that was made on the 20th anniversary. But it works really well, I'll say that. My apologies. Tanified. And it's Pixie. Pixie normally in Personas 1 and 2 in particular, I remember, they fight. They're usually like the first shadow that you come up against in Persona 1 and 2, so it's kind of nice that they bring him back here as an early game, as one of the first encounters that you have in the game, as opposed to like Persona 4 where Pixie was kind of later, not much later, but still a little bit later than this. So yeah, it seems like a kid dressed in what looks like school gym attire is trapped in a cage. I wonder if that's going to be pertinent to the rest of this dungeon. I wonder. It will be. And I love Morgana's like running animation, because she gets like the spinny.
We're here.
Morgana gets the spinny feet like Sonic the Hedgehog, which is kind of great. I like that. I like that little design.
It's not opening.
There's another door, Ryuji.
You trick us, you jerk.
Don't jump to conclusions. Over here.
Yeah, there's another one. Another door right here, Ryuji.
Wait up.
You thick piece of shit.
Where are we supposed to get out from here? There aren't even any windows.
Ugh, amateur. This is the most basic.
I do love Morgana. Early on, she's such a jackass. He's such a jackass. I'll get used to that eventually.
As I thought, you're a natural at this.
Yeah, I
All
do
the
like to
way
brag.
I see. Then we just gotta get that metallic mesh off.
Okay.
And a 1, and a...
Clatter. Nobody heard that, right?
Oh, crap. The enemy didn't hear us, did they?
Nobody heard that. Nobody heard that.
We're finally getting out of here.
You should wait on celebrating until you actually get out. Now get going.
Yeah, it's time to go.
What about you?
There's something that I still have to do. We're going our separate ways.
Thanks. It's time to go.
You've got manners. Be careful on your way.
Sure thing. But yeah, that's the end of the introductory dungeon part.
Those two seem useful, especially the frizzy-haired one, if my judgment's right.
And I like that as well. It kind of introduces that, you know, early on that Morgana has a bit of an ulterior motive to deal with. You know, she's just trying to use us for her own end,
Did we make it?
which I kind of like. It's kind of cool to see that, you know, it's just kind of cool that
Returned? Does
that she has
mean
her
we're
own.
away?
He has his own ulterior motive, you know,
I don't know what to
kind
think
of
anymore.
separate from ours, which I kind of like that.
What was all that anyways? That castle and Kamoshida and that weird cat?
You sound like you're drunk.
What's with the yelling? Are you students of Shujin?
Oh shit.
Cutting
To
classes,
the fuzz.
are we?
No. We were trying to get to school and we ended up at this weird castle.
Ryuji,
What?
why would you say that?
Hand over your bag. You better not be doing any drugs.
I love this interaction.
Why would you think that?
Maybe because of the fact you talked about a castle. He was bullying me. I do like that as an option that you can throw Ryuji right in the shit.
Like I'm trying to say, I don't know what's going on either.
You shouldn't say that, Ryuji, to be fair, man. You shouldn't really say
Out
that.
of the ordinary about it. If you spout any more nonsense, I'll contact your school. Is that what you want?
No.
Come on, say something.
Let's get going.
That's not what I meant.
Fuck you, dude. I'm going back to school. I'm sick of this shit.
For real? Fine, I'm going.
Fuck. My apologies.
The Minister of Transport announcing his resignation. Things are going as planned.
So here we are, a little bit of an introduction as
Ijima. That reminds
it's kind of like a little thing of, it's kind of sowing the seeds. I like that. It's kind of sowing the seeds for the larger plot, which will eventually, you know, come into focus, which I kind of like.
Is this for real?
We're back at the school.
Came the same way. What's going on here?
That's exactly what I wanted to ask you.
Oh shit.
We received
We're
a
in trouble.
call from the police.
Oh, we're fucked.
Damn cops snitched on us after all.
It's rare not to see you alone. Where were you roaming around until this time?
Got lost.
A castle?
I love that line reading. It's so fucking funny.
What's this about a castle?
Oh, look who it is. Kamoshida. What a prick.
Seem so
Look at that
carefree,
chin.
Sakamoto.
Look at that chin.
Quite a difference from when you did morning practice for the track team.
Shut up! It's your fault that
How dare you speak that way to Mr. Kamoshida? There's not much leeway left for you, you know?
Oh dear.
he's the one that provoked me.
Do you really want to be expelled? In any case, you'll have to explain
Yeah, so
yourself.
it's kind of nice that you get a little bit of an introduction into
Bullshit!
Come now. I
that,
should have been
you know,
more
Ryuji
serious.
has something
Let's just say that
against
we were
Kamoshida for whatever reason.
Well, if you say
And
so.
you also, it's
Still,
also a nice
coming with
introductory
me,
thing of
it's undeniable
that,
that you're extremely late.
Ryuji is kind of
By the way,
always in trouble.
transfer student,
So it's a
correct?
kind of nice introduction to him, into his, you know, a character, like a little. It's a little kind of introductory thing without before we actually find out what he's really all about. So I kind of like that.
That's right. I remember now.
That face.
I'll overlook this just for today.
Aren't you
I'm
generous?
sure you've heard from the principal. But cause any trouble and you'll be expelled. Understand?
You asshole. I understand. Can you? I like that. Can you overlook
Hurry up
more?
and go to
That would be
the
nice.
faculty office. I'm sure Ms. Kawakami's tired of waiting. Good luck trying to enjoy your new school life.
Oh, that face. That shit-eating grin. Fucking asshole. And we're back to the interrogation room. I love this music as well. God, the music's so good in this game.
Talking cat? Are you hallucinating from an overdose? I won't put up with you if you're simply joking around.
I'm telling you the truth, love. I'm not lying.
Have you continue the story? The one who received a calling card from the Phantom Thieves was an Olympic medalist. An alumnus from
There he
Shuriken
is.
Academy. The
So yeah,
thing
this
he
kind
used
of
to sneak
introduces the fact that.
It's true that what he did were deplorable crimes from...
So here we go. Yes, this is the kind of the introduction that Kamoshida
He confessed to it all.
is
There's
hiding
no
something.
connection
That's
between the two of you since
he's
you had
doing
just
something
Why did you tell me?
wrong, and this is something that the Phantom Thieves kind of
Unacceptable. Try and recall it once again.
this is something that the Phantom Thieves kind of expose, I guess. Is that the word? Yeah, they expose what he's done. So yeah, as everything goes along, we'll learn more about Kamoshida, and that's kind of the first section of the game. The first dungeon of the game is pretty much just finding out more shit about Kamoshida. Yeah, I got lost. You want to go up to the second floor and straight out, and it's this door here to go into the faculty office. I always get lost when I'm trying to find a particular place in
Unbelievable.
in the school,
Being over half a day late.
which is kind of nice actually. It's kind of nice that they give you like an option, like once you've found a place, they kind of log it in so that you can just fast travel there whenever you want. It's really useful.
Well, it's probably true that you're not used to the area yet, but you're still way too late.
Sorry.
Will you pull yourself together? You were given fair warning yesterday. More
I know.
importantly, I heard that you were caught along with that Sakamoto-kun.
That Sakamoto? What do you mean by that?
Don't get involved with him, okay? He's nothing but trouble. He wasn't like that when he was devoting his time to track and field, though. Anyway,
Yeah, like I said, they just keep dropping little hints here and there about about Ryuji and about Kamoshida as you like move on before you really get into get into everything fully, if you know what I mean. It's really cool.
Introduce yourself. Be serious about it, even if you're lying to the class, okay? Do not say anything unnecessary.
You are really whiny. Okay, so now it's time to introduce ourselves to the rest of the class.
Huh? The one in the rumors?
Yep, this is the introduction of the element of the story early on where rumours have been brought up and made up about us. Well, not made up because it actually happened, but it's been kind of spread around the school. The concept, what happened to us, what us being on probation and all that kind of shit. It's been spread around the school before we get here, and we'll find out how that transpired and who did it and why it was done. We'll find all that shit out by the end of the first dungeon, pretty much. The first section of the game. So that's kind of cool. I actually like that.
Over there, the one that's open. Sorry, but can
Really?
you people
The one that's
nearby
open?
share your textbooks with him for today? Ugh, this sucks.
I'm sorry. I wonder if he's going to be important, the one who has a different colour.
Lies.
Huh? What are you on about? I ain't done nothing.
Did you catch that? Do those two know each other? Ooh, does that
Yeah,
mean he
he's got a unique,
unique
design, so I'm sure he'll come into play.
With Mr. Kamoshida. Then again, this is Takamaki-san we're talking about.
Ooh,
For real.
she apparently
That
has.
is totally awful.
Apparently, she has some rumours about her as well. So I wonder if that's going to come into play.
Everyone gets to change classes,
So,
make
we'll
sure you
see.
use that time to get to know
But
each other.
anyway,
Well then, let's get class started.
here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for this part of Let's Play Persona 5. Join me next time for the next part of Persona 5 when we'll be continuing through the story and we'll be finding out more stuff about Ryuji, and we'll also be going back into the dungeon to find out more stuff about Morgana as well. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5. See you next time.